What's up everyone, welcome back to Red and the Phantom Castle remake. This is part 2 of the original game that told Red's story within the trilogy that I was going to originally build on Dreams, and let's jump in. So we are officially at the chasm, which is about the start of 2/3 of the way through the entire game, and let me tell you, this was a fun one to go through.
Get through here quickly. It's only a couple of hours to the castle.
When we just left off, Red had snuck away from Froggo. They had decided to go through this place together to get to the castle quicker. However, we can really start to see that everything is starting to play on Red's mind. He's kind of trying to hold it together and save face with Froggo, but I think the blame of what just happened to him in the last episode really is kind of taking its toll on him as a character. And
are those chompos? Punches won't hurt them. I'll need to jump in their head.
oh god, it's seeming through the box. Sorry, Chompo. Womp. So yeah, Chompos were a fun addition. They weren't in the original game, but putting them in this one was kind of a no-brainer, because I thought, you know what, I don't want to have just simple goblins. You'll notice that the combat isn't exactly perfect. It's very simple, but
Wouldn't want to swim in there. Not that I can swim.
But that's really just due to inability to create like proper combat.
I feel a draft coming from this.
Ideally, if Red in the Phantom Castle or any 3D Red game were to ever be made on like Unreal Engine, the combat would probably be closer to something like Kingdom Hearts. Red kind of jumps about quite a lot. He's like a tiny Yoda. He kind of uses his size as one of his main abilities, which unfortunately we don't get to see a lot in this. But again, that's mainly because I just wasn't skilled enough to create that. But still pretty cool nonetheless.
This button seems to be time sensitive.
So this is our first and I think only puzzle in the entire game. Now this is actually quite a lot of fun, because this entire game I was streaming, making it on making it on Twitch, and we actually had probably one of the best puzzle creators on Dreams come into chat and talk to us, and I think they went and gave us a couple of pointers on how to do the puzzle. So it's relatively simple, obviously, because it's like the first puzzle and it's like the only puzzle, so I didn't want to like stump people with like the hardest to understand thing. But this entire area has actually changed quite a lot since the game's initial release. In fact, there was a boss fight in here originally. So this area, you would jump down.
That wooden structure looks weak.
A boss would climb up through the dirt, and then you would have to fight him. You would actually have to make him break this wooden beam. But oh, there was so much wrong with it. Sometimes the boss wouldn't even show up, and I had no idea why. It was so random, because sometimes it would show up, sometimes it wouldn't. And it didn't matter like how I jumped down, because obviously you can run down here and come down the stairs, or you can just jump off. Sometimes he wouldn't even show up, like he was calling in sick. So I ended up just panning it and making Red be able to break it, which is a shame, I know, but you know, you have to make stipulations in some places. But we get our first look at Koi. Now quickly, because we're about to go into a cutscene, I just want to say Koi's voice has changed in every single game he's been in. I have never once been able to get a proper voice for him that I was 100% happy with. But if I did have a voice that I would want him to sound as, he would sound as Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. So imagine Ferb's voice in this cutscene.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hello, Red. Long time no see.
Koi? What are you doing here?
Doing some research, saving some friends. You know the sorts.
Yeah. I mean, you saved my skin back there.
You know, well, think of it as payback. Though, I'm sure you have a few on me, eh?
It sure is great to see you, Koi. But what are you doing here? This is the last place I'd expect to see you.
I heard of this rock, said to retain color. Could be connected to your cloak. Might be deeper in the chasm, though. But why are you here?
Oh, right. I got the key to the castle. But I gotta get my sword from Plaintive Gardens first.
Plaintive Gardens? Red. Plaintive Gardens is gone. What on earth was that?
Oh, no.
Red, care to explain?
It has been a long tide since I've eaten fish.
Oh, I don't want to be dinner, Red.
Shh. Come on. Let's get moving.
Foolish one, entering my lair. No, two of you. It has been an age since I last set my eyes on one of your kind.
What are you?
I am the Guardian, awoken from the blast 1 year ago.
I don't want any trouble, Guardian. We just need to pass through.
So here we are, our first ever boss battle. Every single character that's here right now is voiced by me.
Did you know this thing was here?
It was stored, but I always thought it was like the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy?
Oh, don't act offended. You're trying to kill me.
Yeah, I wanted Red to have some wee quips while fighting this. You can't technically actually fight him. You've got to like dodge his attacks.
Koi, now is not the time for a tutorial.
Red, tag me in!
Really?
Oh, no, sorry, you called my bluff.
You both talk too much.
Oh, says the stone eel.
I'm trying to also let like the characters have their wee moments. Oh gosh, man, this. Oh, this eel.
Give him the old triple kick.
I'm really more of a puncher.
Triple punch him then. Hey, Red?
Yeah?
I feel like I should help.
Oh, really?
So it's just a kind of. This actually happens a lot in the series, mainly because I don't know how to program AI to like
Down.
help.
Give him the old triple kick.
I'm really more of a puncher.
Triple punch him then.
Oh. I'm actually quite proud of this cutscene.
Whoa!
Red, get off of that thing, hurry! Come on! We're almost there! Jump!
Ah!
Got you! Come on! No! Red!
So fun fact, the entire game has a complete original soundtrack made by two very talented musicians, Salt Salty Salt and Seafield James.
Uh-oh. Woo! Boss defeated.
This is the only level in the game that doesn't feature the original soundtrack. The music that you're hearing was just plucked off of Dreams.
Okay, now, where am I?
And the reason why is I heard it, I thought it was too perfect to not keep in, and so here we are.
Oh, were these what Koi was talking about? If only I could carry this back to town.
So yeah, we start to get a wee look into why Red's cape might have the colour red still in it.
These crystals have color. Are these used to dye Solace's dress? The Phantom Key's crystal. It all makes sense.
So Red is starting to kind of piece it together,
didn't
but I feel
realize
like
Mount Menace ran this deep. Or that we mined this deep either.
So the key that Red has that can open the castle, that still has colour, which means it's made out of this crystal. And this crystal is used to dye Queen Solace's dress, which is how it, which is why Red's cloak, which is a part of Queen Solace's dress, still has colour as well. I don't know how well I, told that within the story, because for whatever reason, when I'm making games, I leave a lot of the story to be found. Like, for instance, you could walk past those two explanations of the crystals and not understand what they were if you didn't want to, which is kind of dumb because it's vital to the story. But at the same time, I feel like if someone's playing your game and they've got at least this far, they surely must be interested in the story to some degree, right? Whoop. So this was the boss that was originally supposed to come out of the dirt in that last level where I said he wouldn't. He does the same mechanics here where, where he'll climb out, he'll climb out of the lava.
If construction is happening here, they would have had to have a rail system or something.
Unfortunately, again, because of the game's story that everything doesn't have colour, this place looks gorgeous when it has colour. Which unfortunately we couldn't show. Maybe one day I should just release the game fully coloured. That might be a good idea. Ooh. Also, this level has reactive music, so you can hear the music as is, and then when the enemy see you, picks up. Oh, okay. That is something I wanted throughout the whole thing, but because of everything was made original, so we couldn't quite have that. It would have taken the musicians too long to do. And I mean, they did all this work for free. Like, Dreams still has a fantastic community of people that will work on a lot of stuff for free, which is quite crazy when you think about it. I don't know who's watching this is in the professional industry, but I mean, imagine someone saying they'll fully soundtrack your game for free. It just doesn't happen.
Okay, there has to be something useful inside here. In fact, how do we turn this thing on? Yeah. How does this thing... Oh, a lever. Right.
You claim to be the Queen's Knight, boy, but did not foretell my coming.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got me. But you should know a thing or two about knights. We have surprises of our own. Did that hurt you in the slightest?
No, it did not.
Well, then you leave me with no choice. Oh, great job, Red. Hit the big dummy with a frying pan.
And then comes our first kind of, would you call this a quick time event? Where you have to take I love old games where you have like an obligatory cart section, like a mine shaft section. So I just wanted that in my game. It's pretty simple. You press circle to go back to the middle, press R to go to the right, press L2 to go to the left, and then you just hop between. Woo. You have to time it though, because if you go too far off, you'll fall. And this was a nightmare to make.
You think you can escape me so easily?
Come on. I'm sorry about the frying pan. You did start this.
Now I'm vengeance.
Come on, Eel. Leave me alone. This is too far now.
Oh no! No!
I don't know why Red has a southern twang sometimes. But he does.
Where am I?
Red?
Solus, is that you? Everything's weird here. What's going on? I don't feel like I'm in pain anymore. This feels nice. I kind of like it here.
Okay, so this isn't a cutscene, but I'm just going to be silent until I think, you know, it's appropriate to talk again.
Come back! Don't go! Don't go! Red, the island still needs you, please. I still need you. Wake up, Red! It is not your time! Red! Oh my, are you hurt? I've never seen someone with ruby red hair before. Here, let me wrap this around you. You must be so cold, and it matches your hair. You poor thing. A goblin was chasing you? Do not worry, Elrond. I will protect you. What is your name? You don't have a name? Well, why don't we call you Red? It kind of fits, don't you think? Don't be scared, Red. I'm here to protect you now.
Okay, we're not in a cutscene anymore, and it's not emotional. The cool thing about that entire section, and I'll tell you why I'm fighting off all these goblins, because this stays on for as long as I can fight them off. The cool thing about that is that the music all there was entirely reactive. So Red pulling out the sword, it got more epic the more he pulled it out. If you let it go, it kind of calmed down again. The Red walking towards the light at the very start, obviously it was, well not obviously, you might not have known, maybe my intention was lost, but it was Red basically dying, accepting death, but Solus's voice wakes him up. But again, the closer you went into the light, the more the music got reactive. If I walked away from the light, the music would have calmed down, and that was thanks to the brilliant logic and musical intellect by Seafield James. I believe this bit is also made by Seafield James as well. It's been a long time. Oh.
Froggo?
You're okay, kiddo. Rest up. We're almost out of here.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have left you at Mount Menace. I didn't want to be a burden anymore. I wanted to be a hero. Like you.
Red, it's okay. You know, sometimes I actually forget what age you are. But this is something you should never have had to deal with. Once we're out of here, I'm taking you home.
What? What about Solace?
Don't worry, kid. I'll find a way in myself. I haven't tried everything.
What do you mean?
Red, I should have told you this, but I found the key a month ago. I tried to get in, tried to unlock the door, but nothing worked.
You've had the key for an entire month?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let me down.
Red, now's not the time.
I said let me down.
Red, wait. I was only...
You lied to me. After everything we...
Red, I'm sorry.
Don't be. Just stay away from me.
That might actually be one of the most beautifully acted scenes in the entire game. the emotionalness of Red apologizing for trying to do things on his own, to Froggo's admission of knowing about the key for longer than they let on, and then back to Red's lack of emotional intelligence to understand why. We're starting to see that Red is kind of ruled by his emotions, especially at this stage. He doesn't really have the intelligence to like understand that a situation is maybe more complex. He kind of takes everything at face value, and also that kind of twist at the end there, where his eyes light up. We're starting to see that he has something inside him that, you know, isn't necessarily, you know, good, question mark.
Whoa! The smoke. I gotta get out of here.
Or rather, not necessarily good or bad, but he has something inside of him that reacts to.
Today is not my day.
So this is another wee area where
Well,
you can
I can cross jumping from burning building off my book.
still got to get the wee quips in, but optional quips, you know, in case you've taken the this actually makes me a wee bit sad. Hey Fagusi, for whatever reason, whenever I were to visit my friends down south, we would all get together and visit my friend Nem, and every year one of us would come up with a stupid catchphrase, and that entire time the catchphrase would be used.
Why did someone make a switch so high up?
But the reason why it makes me a wee bit sad is our friend Nem actually passed away late last year. And a really cool fun fact about Nem, he was actually the original voice of Finn the Duck. I made a little short game of just before the explosion of Solaria,
Is a big door.
and he actually voiced Finn. He was the first voice actor for a different character that wasn't me doing Red. So just kind of seeing that wee Easter egg that I put there just for us makes me a wee bit sad. I don't know if, I don't know if you heard that, but Red just sung the Luigi's Mansion theme. Oh God! I wish I never turned out the light. This is actually quite creepy. I don't remember this being this creepy. Let's go this way. Ah, here we go. Also, you may have noticed that Red has his wooden sword now. A wee story reason why Red has a wooden sword, as you may have noticed, he is a child, but him being a knight who has to protect a queen, you know, you see a kid with a metal sword, you would take that kid a lot more serious. You see a kid with a wooden sword, and suddenly you underestimate him, and that's something that I think Solace would have wanted people to do if they were ever up against Red, to look at his size, not take him serious, and then get absolutely trounced by him. Because Red is like a really skilled knight. He was trained by Froggo, he was trained by Solace, so he's trained by these two powerhouses to fight. So when it comes to being a knight, Red is actually incredibly powerful. It's just kind of every other aspect of his character that suffers to his age, basically. So, you know, he's still quite immature, because he's 10 at this point, and what 10-year-old isn't immature? And then, of course, you know, his personality, he's hot-headed, he's quick to react, but not to think, that sort of thing, unless it comes to, like, a knight's duty. Oh, this is the intro. So Dusky Hills, obviously, if you're a big fan of Tim Burton, you're going to love this area. And again, I keep saying this area looks stunning with colour. It's all purple and green. It looked so good. I was so sad I had to take that out.
This place is kind of scary.
And another thing I like to do... Oh,
You are invited to enjoy my company. Do not keep me waiting.
Okay. Coming.
so that was Caitlin, who voices Lyra in The Cursed Isles and Aurelia in this one. She actually voices Solace in this one as well. However, that's only because Solace's original voice actor Yuki, the turnaround for voices in this was so quick that I could not book her to get to do the voices, so I had to replace her, which hurts because Yuki's Solace voice is so beautiful and fantastic. She's never done voice acting before, but she's so talented with it. So yeah, fun fact, I love seeing where you've went and where you can go. So that's the town. That's where we snuck through in the last episode.
This place scares me, but it's got a great view. New Crossings looks tiny.
And then we've got wee bones here. That little bone, okay, we kind of I think he fell through the ground.
I hate how I left things with Froggo.
So that's the burning forest where Red fell out the volcano. So I like being able to see, you know, where you've came from and where you're going. It's just a fun thing I like. Originally there was an underground section to this area. This was originally moved. The underground section might actually still be there, but you just can't access it. But yeah, it's very Tim Burton inspired, this area, and I love it so much.
Hello? Anybody home?
Maybe I should just release a full color version of this at some point, because it would be so fun, so great. So once we get to the end of this cutscene, that'll be the end of the episode. So I'm going to say right now, thank you so much for watching. The third part is so fantastic. There's a lot of amazing voice acting. There's a lot of really cool boss battles and music. So I hope to see you in the third part. But that's us for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next part. Thank you.